But if we want to take that now down to the next level, I'd like to get your thoughts on, building the program and how do you factor in that forward facing, pipeline, partner health, co-selling activities and so on, as well as rewarding partners for the work done already. That's obviously the revenue, the training they've taken, the deals they've brought to the table and so on. So yeah, hopefully, Claire, if you can share insights on how you tackle those challenges.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you, Kenneth. So I think that the purpose of a leveling program, right, is that it gives us that capability to differentiate based on whatever the key metrics are that are important to your business. So when I was looking at the partner portal that we had when I joined at Absolute, I put myself in the shoes of myself in my previous role, as in I'm a partner, I'm looking to do business with a new vendor. We must never be so arrogant as to assume that we will be the only vendor in a busy portfolio, in a noisy ecosystem. So there were a few things that were top of mind for me, and that was how do we stand out from the crowd and do something a bit different to empower our partners who feel that they are enabled and then want to do business with Absolute. So the first thing was that we looked at enabling and rewarding regardless of official tier status in the first instance. So that might be a little bit rogue, but there was a method to the madness, and that was that we're in a growth trajectory in EMEA. And when I talked about partner maturity and global nuances, that's not speaking for Absolute at a global level, but where we were at the time when I joined. So I looked at enablement as underpinning the tiering of our partner program and being an essential springboard to help partners to progress and understand very clearly what they needed to do, how they needed to do it, and taking out the complexity for them. So based really on positive behaviours. So the partner program, the Absolute Legends partner program, is very much around recognizing and rewarding those strategic partners who are engaging with us in the right ways. So recognizing deal registration, recognizing completion of training, bringing in proof of concepts and net new logos are all key drivers for us and things that we focus upon in the partner program. Of course, there are wider key drivers such as global directors and focusing on the enterprise. So we've baked that in to our partner program and done a tiered point system to recognise, for example, size of a deal registration. And this aligns with our wider corporate goals around that enterprise focus so that partners understand the direction that we're looking to go in, and simplifying everything for them so that they understand, to your point, Kelly, around a roadmap or a path that they need to follow. We have a 10-step partner program designed based on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It has a bit of a fun element to it. It's gamified, and I hope that helps us to stand out from the crowd in a very busy, very noisy vendor partner ecosystem.
Okay. Okay. Thanks so much, Claire. That's super. Um, Kelly, Dan, anything you want to chime in with on that topic?
Yeah, no, I love what Claire's just said, and I can resonate massively with the differentiation and the rewarding the abilities outside of the levels and the tiers is something we've just introduced also because I think it's important you look holistically at the partners and that reward and recognition needs to sometimes be structured within the program but also outside. So we've designed growth kits really to enable our partners to access the resources that we as a big organization, as a vendor, do by working with organizations like yourselves and others, that we can help support them on that consultative level. So where they have appetite to want to drive into new revenue streams, we're looking like that partner of choice for them. So I can completely resonate with what Claire has said around rewarding the abilities outside of the levels and the tiers. And then additionally to that, loyalty. I think that's what the partner community are looking for. They want consistency and they want loyalty, for you to be able to support them and not trying to get them to complete multiple different complex systems and tools and infrastructure, and try and give them back, consultancy and recommendations that really help them on their business journey, whether that is, remaining within an ecosystem that they're currently operating within, or that they want to diversify.
And I think the proximity to the partners is key, especially as we see sales cycles lengthening, right? That you need that proximity and relationship and trust within your partner relations. And so the partner program needs to think about that as well and be mindful of, does it support a closeness to your partners, to your key strategic partners, and does it enable them to work closely with their customers and keep the proximity that they'll need to secure the deal ultimately. So thank you.
Great.
Yeah, and
Um,
I think you guys are spot on. And this, I'm going to add complexity, which is where our systems needs really come in. And of course, we will hammer this time and time again. Need the simple programs, easy to understand. And the way to drive engagement is by having benefits that are aligned to the partner's model. Right? If they don't resell, then discount doesn't help. Right, that doesn't engage them, right? If they're only a influencer or don't want to truly resell. So how do we help drive partner engagement by looking at benefits that align to their business model and what the partner cares about, which might mean that a bunch of high-level tiered programs where gold, silver, platinum, and everybody at the platinum level gets these things. Well, some partners that are at the platinum level may not want some of those benefits. So then they start to feel like, oh, well, I have benefits that I'm not using. So the more we can talk about their business model and aligning those, and we'll talk shortly about kind of how you assess how many partners are going to take advantage of the benefits that you give them at each of the levels.
Yeah, no, very, very true. And I think, Dan, how you present that, that making it very easy or in a single pane of glass for them to understand and consume that is so important. One last comment I'd add, just more at a more practical level, I suppose, to what you said, Claire, there is that on that forward facing piece, some of the things I see some of our customers doing that I think is quite clever is around partner sourced revenue, adding in a requirement to the program that a certain element of the revenue is partner sourced, and then over rewarding them for that, giving them extra credit for that versus vendor led business as well. So when you start thinking about how do you drive partners to bring net new logos or customers they source to the table, that's worked really well and moves the needle for a lot of customers. I've seen that work well.